Meghan Markle's latest blunder might be the funniest and most embarrassing of all. She is releasing a new series with Netflix called With Love, Meghan, and after watching the trailer, don't entirely understand what it's about other than just her picking berries in a garden and like pretending to bake ciabatta and hanging out with her celebrity friends. She's like serving tea and cake to Mindy Kaling in a kitchen that isn't hers, and that's the point of the show. It's just a bunch of rich elite women giggling with each other and arranging flowers and eating macaroons. That's the point of the show. So we're going to watch the trailer and have our real-time reactions.
Thank you, YouTube. I know that it's going to need to be cut out later, so I hate
YouTube says you're welcome.
I hate you sometimes. All right, here we go.
Let's make a show.
Let's go. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. Surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
What? This is probably one of the most glamorous moments of my life.
It's magic.
I'm gonna share some little tips and tricks. I see what color I gravitate to, and everything goes from there. And how you can incorporate these practices every day. That's what you want. You want that shape and texture.
Come on.
This is about connecting with friends. I love that we're doing this together for the first time.
That dog was just emotional blackmail.
Making new friends. That is so good.
We family now.
I'm just learning. Look at how much honey we have.
Do you believe in magic?
We're not in the pursuit of perfection. Woke us all up. We're in the pursuit of joy. Love is in the details. I have to do it totally wrong to get it totally right. Look at what we made. Guy snoring. Peaceful day.
Audio sweetened. I guarantee it wasn't that loud. Okay.
Netflix describes this here. The inspiring series produced by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, reimagines
Wait, I
the
thought she
genre
wasn't the
of
Duchess
life.
anymore.
Well, she gets to hang
Keep the
on
title
to
like
the
the president
title
does?
for
Okay.
dear life
Okay.
still. She reimagines the genre of lifestyle programming, blending practical how-tos and candid conversation with friends, new and old. She shares personal tips and tricks, embracing playfulness over perfection, and highlights how easy it can be to create beauty, even in the unexpected. She and her guests roll up their sleeves in the kitchen, the garden, and beyond, and invite you to do the same.
Here's the thing. First things first, everyone got really, really mad at this.
They did.
If you're on X, everybody got incensed at this. Every cooking show is pretty much like this. It's a faux type of cutesiness and like faux reality. So that like other than like you have to know her to be annoyed by this, right? So the benefit of somebody who does a show like this, who's not a public figure with all the baggage that she has, is that they can put on this facade that's probably not who they are, not even close to what they are in real life. And you can buy into it because you don't know as much about them, right?
Yeah.
So her problem is that people know a lot about you and there's all sorts of baggage that comes with it. I can't bring myself to care because everyone in Hollywood is fake and stupid. So when I see something like this, all it looks like is the same type of stuff as everything else. I mean, would I rather watch Martha Stewart? Of course, she's been to jail. I would way rather watch, exercise yard cuisine with Martha Stewart or something like that. But in this, it's just I can't be angry. I don't care. Like it looks as fake as everything that Netflix puts out. It looks as fake as every cooking show that gets put out.
I think that this is why I like Martha Stewart, because she's not doing this whole faux demure thing She's like, yeah, we're in the pursuit of perfection. We are going to pursue perfection and be unfriendly.
And if you don't like it, you're fired.
And if you don't like it, you're fired, and I'm destroying your life.
I'll tell you what she could have done to help her public image. Make this show, but be really bad at it. Like, show yourself humbling yourself consistently. Like, hey, I'm a duchess, I'm an actress, I have no idea how to cook. And consistently make it badly. And then have like the person, like a guest come in to show you how to make it correctly. It's still going to be fake and stupid, but at least it would still show you have a sense of humility. Show you not like even the fact that she calls it like we're not seeking perfection. We're seeking, what did she say? We're not seeking perfection. We're seeking like love or something, or joy.
No, she said we're not in pursuit of perfection. We're in pursuit of joy.
I would rather she said I'm seeking perfection and failed every time, and people might warm to you a little bit more.
Yeah,
it'd
be way more honest. But she's not capable of that.
No.
And watching this would feel like a lobotomy. Like, I thought that was the appeal of watching the baking show.
Why you watch something like this?
But this would feel like that in like a painful way. It's just like odd to me that they even kept their contract with Harry and Meghan. Like, Netflix lost. They made the Harry and Meghan docuseries about how they're victims and everyone is just a big meanie for not liking them. And then they make this to kind of do some positive reinforcement, and no one is buying it. Like, I don't know. Some of the reactions, though, you're right, were very extreme.
They were.
Like, I don't believe anyone is this incensed.
Like, I can't
at a Netflix trailer.
Maybe it's just because people on X are very good at like creative writing projects, and
they
like,
are.
and
they
write up these like long-winded pieces. Not even long-winded. So they find a 2-sentence punchy line about how angry this made them. It's like when somebody writes LOL. Do I actually think you were laughing out loud? Not really. Probably not.
Sometimes I am.
But in this case, like, I guess it's just a structure of priorities. Like, I'm already, and Mary can attest to this, I'm already introspectively neurotic enough about my own life. If I allow Meghan Markle's lame cooking show to bother me, I've already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to share some of the takes. Firstly, from Meghan McCain, who I would call a friend of the show. I don't know if she would call herself that. She said, I was originally a Meghan Markle supporter. I thought she was cool, stylish, and refreshing. Like the rest of the world, my opinion of her changed when she disrespected the royal family. Now that she wants to be American again instead of British aristocracy, what she seems to forget is that Americans want real, raw, uncensored. All of this, even in the trailer, is highly curated, produced, and out of touch.
Every cooking show is highly curated, overproduced, and out of touch. Most of the time, they made it. I'm sorry. Most of the time, they were like, she rented a house to film this in. Most of these cooking shows are filmed in studios, in fake kitchens. Okay? Like, it's all fake. None of it's real. If you're looking for real, don't go to anything produced in Hollywood. It's not a fair critique.
I guess she's not doing the faux authentic thing well enough to make people buy it. But I think that what people started doing was a whole, how can you have a cooking show on Netflix when there's a genocide going on in Gaza? And it's like, okay, it's really not that deep. Like,
they were saying like shit like Americans can't buy groceries. Yes, that is a critique of politicians.
She said there have been 2 terror attacks in 2 days, major wars raging, and Americans can't pay for groceries. We're a country in rage, uncertainty, and intensity right now. This concept is ill-advised. I would have told her to do a show helping bring fresh food to food deserts in low-income neighborhoods. Do something to help people instead of your ego.
That's even stupider!
This is why the world doesn't like you. Nothing else, just completely and utterly tone deaf to the moment. Here's the thing, though. If Meghan Markle actually did a Netflix show about giving food to poor people,
everybody would dunk
it
on
would be the dumbest thing ever, and she would be dunked on even worse than she's being dunked on right now. There is genuinely nothing she could do that would make you happy. I mean that. So
I'm telling you, the only way is if she dunks on herself. She has to let herself be the butt of the joke for a while.
Yes, you're right, but the unrealistic. It's not going to happen. Another friend of the show, Link Lauren, tweeted, "This is one of the most out of touch things I've seen in a while. Most Americans are struggling to keep food on the table, pay their rent, their mortgage, etc. Who wants to watch an ex-duchess walk around her Montecito mansion picking flowers from a bougie home garden?
Have you
That
seen
is a lifestyle that very few can relate to."
Have you seen the numbers on HGTV?
Have you seen the numbers on the Kardashians?
Those shows do huge numbers.
The numbers on any of the Real Housewives shows?
Yeah. People don't look.
Relatable isn't really what people want. Even when they claim that they want relatable, they don't want relatable.
That is everything that they're saying is a fair critique of a politician, right? A politician living a lavish life while their constituents are poor and broke. Nobody should honestly expect normalcy or a regular life from a celebrity. If you're doing that, you're an idiot.
Right. Well, I think that what no one is expressing and what really is obnoxious about her trailer for this show is they included all of these clips of her saying these little demure comments like, "We're not in pursuit of perfection.
Again, it's
We're
fake,
in pursuit of joy." Or she's just like giggling to herself and acting like, I like dance when no one's watching. Like she just is like acting like this fake ass person. And yeah, everyone can tell. Everyone can tell that it's fake. And that would be something I come to expect from anyone in the entertainment industry, is having a persona of some kind. But for her, it's like, you've kind of already peeled the curtain back because
that's what I meant earlier when I said you benefit from being an unknown quantity to your audience. Mm-hmm. When they don't know enough about you, you can kind of become whatever you want to them. Yeah. She can't do that. She's kind of rebranding in a way that's too late. I like what Sarenko says in the chat. He says women watch aspirational. It's funny because men want aspirational when it comes to their superheroes, and women want aspirational when it comes to their cooking and
their tea parties
and their home and what their home is going to look like, right? It's why you go to a Home Goods on a Saturday and you'll get run over by women looking to get something from the tchotchkes in the back. This is stupid. And it's her own fault because there isn't a way for her to rebrand. But I find most of the criticism to be ridiculously disingenuous. It's based on your disdain of her, but I don't think that your critiques are up to snuff.
Well, the problem is they ran away from the UK and renounced their royal titles.
Am I supposed to care that they angered British people?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, logically speaking, they are behaving in a way that is actually embarrassing for themselves because they ran away from the royal family and renounced their titles and also sold family secrets for a profit. And you can clearly see that Harry did that at the behest of Meghan. And she is a particularly rotten and self-involved person.
She should make a show about how to control men.
And they thought that when they moved to the U.S. and bought this mansion in Montecito and made friends with all of these celebrities, they thought that they were going to become like the next Kardashians. And then they found out that not only do British people not like them, but also Americans don't like them.
You know what it is?
And there is nothing exceptional about them.
It's kind of like the reason people are so infuriated would be like, imagine you're Trump or the Kardashians and a bunch of people love you, even though people that hate you can't understand for the life of them why anyone would like you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's true of both of those groups. There are plenty of people who they might not love the Kardashians, but they'll watch every episode of these shows. Yeah. And that infuriates people who look at them and they're like, they're famous for being famous. I don't get it. The same is kind of true of Trump when people are like, I don't understand how anybody could like this guy. But then there's lots of us who are like, haha, he's hilarious. Are you kidding me? Like, That's just what it is. They're not She's not interesting enough to be either of those.
No, neither is
She needs
any
to turn
guest that she has on the show.
But
either.
the thing is Trump and the Kardashians are both willing to play the heel. They're both willing to be the bad guy to the people that they don't like or that don't like them.
That's
so
true.
she needs to just lean into it. Stop asking for privacy and trying to. Did you see the video of her from, she made like a video where she runs through the sand and like writes 2025 in the sand. And somebody pointed out like they found like she tried to do it before it over to the left and didn't do it right. So she had a second take.
It was in frame.
And it was in frame. And somebody's like, when the first take doesn't go well, but it needs to be Instagram perfect. That's why people hate you. I'm not even saying it's right, but I get it.
Yeah. I think Candace Owens also said, this is basically Eat, Pray, Love 2 starring Meghan Markle.
You know
like, that's the vibe.
what she should do.
Cringy rom-com.
They're making Suits LA with Stephen Amell. They need to, like, I don't even remember.
No, get on the Suits reboot.
Yeah.
Get on Deal or No Deal. Do the briefcase thing. And yeah, issue that as your mea culpa. You don't actually have to say you're sorry. Yep. You just have to, as you said, be willing to be the butt of the joke or be willing to be the bad guy sometimes.
Yep, you have to do both.
And don't they say you're always the villain in someone else's story?
So it's really funny. So people were talking about Hulk Hogan getting booed out of the building at Netflix Monday Night Raw in LA because he's like, I think he had like a Trump shirt on or he's waving an American flag. See, all he has to do in that situation is to come back out as heel Hulk Hogan, a Hollywood Hulk Hogan with the NWO shirt when he was playing the bad guy. What do you do then? They can't boo you because that's the point.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they gotta do.
Then you win.
Yep.
Then profit.
Harder for her in this case, but
looking at some of the comments, I'm sure the like to dislikes on this video is absolutely insane.
It just feels so performative to hate that much. Like the closest thing that I can think of for me was like The Crow. I was very mad at The Crow this year.
I hope there's a scene in With Love, Meghan, where she makes Harry a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and then she like very delicately cuts off the crust on the sandwich.
So what if he turns into the heel and he's like, this is disgusting. I want to.
You know, he's like, you just burnt the casserole again.
That's it. He has to slip in at least one line where he's like, back to the kitchen.
Yeah, she's literally where she belongs, I think.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.